The DNA of a military thriller, how to write authentic and engaging military fiction. Discover the key elements that separate military thrillers from typical action fiction, with tips on writing strategy, realism, and complex characters. The DNA of a military thriller, what makes it stand apart from general action fiction. Right, so picture this. You're chatting with a mate who's just finished a military thriller, and they rave about how gripping it was, not just because of the explosions or the chases, but the way it seemed to feel real. Ever wondered what exactly sets a military thriller apart from your typical run-of-the-mill action story? Well, as someone who's quite involved in creative writing, especially writing a military thriller, I thought I'd have a natter about exactly that. Let's get into what makes the military thriller genre tick, and how, if you're a budding writer, you can make your story authentically tension-packed and compelling to its loyal readers. First up, the core difference lies in the level of authenticity and complexity. Action fiction often thrills with high-octane scenes, car chases, fights, bombs, that sort of thing. Military thrillers do have those elements, but what truly separates them is that every explosive moment or tactical move is backed by intricate strategy and believable military detail. These stories aren't just about action, they're about the physics, the thinking, and the stakes behind the action. What defines the military thriller? Intricate strategy. Military thrillers thrive on detailed, plausible operational plans. It's not just about shooting bad guys. It's about the chess game of warfare. Planning, logistics, intelligence, surprise tactics. The enemy isn't a cardboard cutout, but a legitimate force with strengths and weaknesses. Authentic military detail. This means everything from correct jargon and weapon types to genuine protocols and command structures. Readers who love the genre are often veterans or enthusiasts. They notice inaccuracies immediately. So getting these details right makes the story credible and immersive. Morally complex characters. Unlike the straightforward heroes of some action stories, military thriller characters wrestle with tough ethical dilemmas. They're often working in grey zones where right and wrong blur. This moral ambiguity brings depth and relatability. High stakes beyond explosions. The stakes in military thrillers often involve national security, the fate of entire battalions or geopolitical shifts, not just personal survival or revenge. How does this help when writing military thrillers? When you're writing a story within this genre, these elements give you plenty to work with to build tension and emotional investment. A well-crafted military thriller taps into the complex realities of conflict and the personal costs on those involved. Plus, readers expect to feel like they're witnessing credible missions, with well-reasoned strategies and believable outcomes. Now, for novice writers, this can feel a little intimidating. Military history, tactics, technology, it can be a lot to handle. But here's the thing. You don't need to be a former soldier or intelligence operative to get it right. It's about research, asking the right questions, and paying attention to the details and logical consistency. Tips for writers interested in this genre. Do your homework. Read military manuals, watch documentaries, or even interviews with veterans. It adds layers to your story and makes you sound credible. Focus on character depth. Give your characters real motivations and moral conflicts. Avoid cliches like the all-good soldier or pure villain. The best military thrillers make you think about the price of war on individual souls. Build tension with strategy. Don't rely solely on action scenes. Let the plan unfold logically, with obstacles, surprises, and hard choices. Show the intellectual battle as much as the physical one. Use authentic language. Slip in military jargon naturally. This isn't about dumping technical terms, but using them to enhance atmosphere and credibility. If you're keen to sharpen your skills, there are plenty of tools and learning paths available. For example, a military thriller writing course can be a brilliant resource. It's tailored to help you master the nuances of the genre, from plotting to character creation and authentic military detail. Why not enroll now and start writing a course that positions you to thrill your readers with realistic and edge-of-the-seat military adventures? Final thought. To sum up, what elevates a military thriller above standard action fiction is the marriage of gripping storytelling with military authenticity and complex characterization. It's not just about spectacle, but about strategy, moral questions, and creating a world that feels raw and convincing. So, when you're setting out to write your next story, especially in the military thriller space, remember these defining features. It's a challenge, sure, but when done right, it's highly rewarding for both writer and reader alike. Happy writing, and whatever tale you craft, make sure it respects the DNA that makes a military thriller so uniquely thrilling.